We're back. I don't know why the stream cut. Probably because our Wi-Fi is trash. But we're just gonna move straight along into Bayley's segment. So Bayley comes down to the ring. Make sure we are up. We're back. I don't know why the stream cut. Probably. So Bayley comes out to the ring. She says, "Ding dong, Green Bay. It feels so amazing to be back. I miss you guys so much." They start chanting, "Bayley, Bayley," or something along those lines. And she's like, "You heard that, Michael Cole? All right, you guys all know the classic quote, you don't know what you have till it's gone. But in this case, every time I step into this ring, I know exactly what I have. I know exactly what it feels like to step in here. I don't take this for granted. I don't take those chants for granted. I don't take you guys singing my song for granted, because every single time I get an opportunity to be in front of you guys, I revel in it. It's what I was born to do. This is what's most important to me. This is what I put my heart and soul into every single night. And 2 months ago, I was stripped of an opportunity. I was robbed of a WrestleMania match. I was robbed of an opportunity to go for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships, a division that I hold near and dear in my heart. But lucky for me, I don't come in here day in and day out, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, every single day, losing sleep, putting my body on the line just for one night. I don't do it for the big moments. I don't do it for the championships. I don't do it only for WrestleMania. I do it for nights like tonight, for people like you. So, Becky Lynch, if you think that taking me out of WrestleMania hurt me, if you think it broke me, I want you to know that you're wrong. That it healed me, Becky. That it made me better, Becky. That it made me stronger. Now, I may have said in the past, hell, even right up to WrestleMania, how much it bothers me. How much you've been a chip on my shoulder. That you always have just been 2 steps ahead. You've always been 2 rungs ahead, right up there, that I could never make it. Yeah, that ate at me, Becky. But you know what? I'm climbing that ladder, Becky, and I'm coming straight for you. And I'm knocking you down, and I'm taking everything that you took from me. So you better get your ass out here, right now.
And here's the thing. Becky comes out in Chicago Bears gear.
Yeah. In Green Bay.
Which is not good.
No. I don't know anything about baseball, basketball.
There's a rival team.
Of whatever sport they play.
Football.
Oh, okay. Oh, right, I forget that is like America's sport.
Come on, cat. Technically it's supposed to be baseball.
Is it? I don't watch. Wrestling's the only sport I watch, so.
Exactly.
Thank you for closing the door. Have a nice day.
I love our Alexa. I actually added that, so I probably said that before. But anyway, Becky comes out, and she's like, they beat you last time. I've always been a chip, and she's talking about Green Bay, Chicago.
Yeah.
They beat you last time. And then she looks at Bayley, like, I've always been a chip on your shoulder. You and me, we're the same. We were never meant to be at the top of this business. But you accept being second fiddle. I don't. Much like the Packers, you would rather have a little group of friends, have your legacy, but I would always prefer to have my legacy than a group of fake-ass friends.
Bayley comes back, she says, legacy? You want to talk about legacy? Becky, I built a legacy. I'm a future Hall of Famer if I do say so myself. Right, Michael Cole? That's right. I built my legacy, and I'm so confident in my legacy that I don't mind bringing along the locker room with me. I don't mind bringing people that need help.
Then Becky comes back, yeah. The people you fight for the people. I used to fight for the people, but these people stopped fighting for me. So I stopped fighting for the people. And hey, here's a secret. The people stopped fighting for you too. You want to know
the truth?
You want
to know
the truth?
Yeah.
When I took you to WrestleMania, when I took you out at WrestleMania, I walked out there on that ramp, and nobody gave a damn about you. Nobody cared that you weren't there. They all cheered for me, didn't you?
Do you hear yourself? You sound like an idiot. Everybody could see it here. These people here could see it. Becky, you're so insecure. You are so worried about what they think. You took a whole year off, and you were so worried about whether they would boo you or whether they would cheer you that you had to take me out. You didn't know if they were going to care if you came back. You had to be a surprise. You took me out, and 24 hours later, it still didn't sit right with you. You probably didn't sleep, and you had to take out Lyra too, because you couldn't hack it. You couldn't handle it if they were going to boo or cheer you.
Then Becky comes back. They cheered for that, didn't they? Yeah, they cheered for that too.
She says, Becky, do you even remember what it feels like to have to fight for everything? To have to fight for opportunities like WrestleMania? To earn yourself the right to fight for a championship? Do you remember that? Or is your head too far up your ass that you just don't know what it's like anymore?
No, actually, I don't. I don't remember what it's like. Do you remember what it feels? Do you remember what gold feels like?
I don't actually. Why don't you remind me, Becky? Step to me. You're sitting against the ropes. Why don't you remind me what gold feels like?
I'm not going to turn my back on you because you're sneaky. But okay, you want a little match? You can have a little match, but not in Green Bay. And not for my title. See you in Columbus.
And then she tries to go for a sneak attack. But Bayley blocks it and clobbers her right upside her dome. Sends her sprawling outside the ring.
And then she scurries up the ramp. And
it's sad.
Bayley made Becky look like a little bitch.
Yeah.
Verbally and physically.
Mm-hmm. Then Kathy Kelly has a backstage interview with Jey Uso. Yeah, Jey Uso is trying to get the title back. That's it. Move on.
The way he sees it, they're tied 1-1, which means he wants another title.
No, move on. I don't fucking care. It's a waste of goddamn time. Then AJ Styles comes back. He comes backstage with the Intercontinental Championship. He hands it to Nick Aldis, and Nick's like, good. You know, he screwed you out of a title shot. You deserve a title shot. So, you'll be facing Dom Mysterio for the WWE Intercontinental Championship at Night of Champions. And he's also adding a twist to next week's Becky Lynch and Bayley match. The Women's Intercontinental Championship will be on the line. Sorry, yeah, he says that to Bayley, because, yeah. Anyway. Then Bayley walks up to Lyra. You know, Bayley says that she's trying to do what's best for her, and she apologizes for not responding to Lyra's text messages. It's nothing personal. And Lyra says, you know, I understand. But if you get that Intercontinental Championship, I'm going to do what's best for me, too. Which is fair fox.
Yeah, and then, okay, this
was unfortunate.
And a lot of people are just being assholes, and we're going to get to this later.
But our third... Oh my god. I am streaming. I'll call you back later.
Is that who's been calling you?
Come.
Doesn't take no, does she?
The fuck you doing?
What?
There we go. Anyway, third match of the night is Liv Morgan versus Kairi Sane. But unfortunately, before the match even really gets started...
Yeah, it was like 2 moves in.
Yeah.
But Liv Morgan...
dislocates her shoulder.
Dislocates her shoulder, and it was nobody's fault.
No. She fell wrong. She hit her shoulder too hard. It happens. These things always happen. Look at
Zoe Stark.
Yeah, Zoe Starks. Just a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Her knee. I mean, it happens to everyone. Asuka's been out for a year because of it, you know?
A knee injury, yeah.
Exactly. These things happen. Like we said, time and time again. This may be fake. It may be storyline. It may be scripted. However, the things they are doing in this ring are very real. They are very dangerous. Do not try this at home.
And again, like I've said before, you want to get into this. And you are just now starting to do like the boxing and stuff like that to learn how to hit.
Yeah.
Per se. This is not something that you just decide one day, I'm going to be a wrestler tomorrow.
No. You have to go. You have to train for it. You have to learn how to do the moves properly and safely, not only for yourself, but for your partner. Because guess what? The person you're facing in the ring, they're not actually an opponent. They're a partner.
Yes.
You're in like a conga dance. You're trying to put on a show.
And that's something that
that's
something we talked about 100 times.
Yeah. Even if
these guys are every day. They're traveling together. They're hanging out for the whole day.
Yeah.
Together. These guys are 99% of them are friends.
Yeah. Even if you're not close friends, you're at least associates. You at least, have a working relationship.
Yeah. I mean, is there like right now, let's just say
Liv and Rhea.
Or Liv and Roxanne right now. There you can feel the tension between them. Backstage, you're probably at least
so, I wouldn't be surprised if the cameras went off and they all started taking, some of the nuggets, eating them, playing 2K on the PS5 or whatever.
PS5's gone.
That's true.
Carlito took it, remember?
Yeah. But still, you get the point.
But the point I'm making is that these guys are friends.
Yeah. And this is a show, so be respectful.
Yeah, they come back from a commercial break, and I do have it on the Discord too. They have a little bit more information on it, but they come back from commercial break, and Michael Cole informs everybody that Liv Morgan has suffered a dislocated shoulder in the match.
Yeah. And we find out later on that she'll be out for up to 16 weeks.
Well, they actually posted on Discord. But yeah.
Yeah.
So I do have that too.
So
and then here's where I think the problem fell. And I'm not saying it was anybody's fault. But they had to stall.
Yeah.
And I think we got more, I want to say bullshit in there.
Yeah.
Than we probably should have.
I agree, because this was probably meant to be, because this match wasn't even a minute long.
Yeah, I'm sure it was at least going to be 10-15.
Yeah. So then we get.
But before we forget, just for the record, it was not a count out.
Referee stoppage.
Referee stoppage, and Kyrie won.
Yeah, she wins the match technically. It doesn't affect anything because it was just.
No, it wasn't for anything. But whatever. But
Kathy Kelly has a backstage interview with Sami Zayn. He's talked so much about the World Heavyweight Championship and how much it means to him. And now the opportunity is right in front of him. To him, the opportunity just feels different as opposed to the previous times. He's gone after the world title. And then Karrion Kross joins the conversation.
Yes.
And he says, this is so disturbing. There's absolutely nothing different about this. And he's like, if you want to know what the definition of insanity is, it's when someone does the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result.
And you do the same thing every single week.
Yep. So here's what's going to happen. You're going to go to SmackDown. You're going to compete against Randy Orton. And then he's going to close. And Randy Orton will go on to become a 15-time champion. And then Sammy, he calls Kross out. He says, you're a coward. You're back here hiding in the shadows, talking in riddles. You refuse to go out there because he can't back up your talk. Maybe you don't have the courage to fall on your face. I've talked a big game and lost, but I've had the courage to get back up on my feet and go back out there. So I'm done listening to you. Right now, my focus is on the King of the Ring tournament. However, I'm making a promise. As soon as this tournament is over, I'm going to go talk to Adam Pearce, and we're going to have a match.
This is what we need. I don't care if it's with Sammy. I don't care if it's with AJ Styles. I don't care if it's with anybody else. It could be with Jey Uso for all I care. We need Kross. Cross is a phenomenal wrestler. And I know WWE is never going to hear what I have to say. And if they do, it'll probably be way too late. Cross is phenomenal. He's so good in promos. He's so good on social media. He's good in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
You lose this guy, and it's going to be the same thing they did with Truth.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's going to be the same thing.
I agree.
Yep, it's going to be the same chance, just a different person.
And then we find out Bayley's going to be a special guest on Raw Recap. Not this Raw Recap, like the official one. Could you imagine?
Oh, I would love that. But anyway, I'll let you take this last match. I'll be back for the Discord stuff. I gotta go pee. It was good until it wasn't. It wasn't even really good to start.
It wasn't. So, we get to the fourth match of the night, the main event. Sheamus versus Bronson Reed with Paul Heyman at ringside versus Rusev versus Jey Uso in a first round match in the 2025 King of the Ring tournament. And actually, it didn't start off how I expected. I expected Rusev and Sheamus to immediately start beating each other's asses. But actually, I believe Sheamus goes after Big Bronson Reed, and Rusev goes after Jey Uso. They start, tussling. But, after a bit, AJ, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. After a little bit, Sheamus and Rusev, they start squabbling in the ring. And it gets so bad that Big Bronson Reed gets into the ring. He attacks both of them. And then they just both get back up and they start fighting each other again. They don't even pay attention to him, which allows him to squash them in the corner and get the upper hand. Then
Person detected at back door.
Then Jey Uso comes in. He starts super kicking everybody. And just when it looks like he's starting to pick up some momentum, I believe. Hang on.
Shows up for.
I believe.
I think.
LA Knight shows up first, doesn't he?
There was so much.
Or no, it's not. LA Knight doesn't show up. It's fucking Sami Zayn. Hang on.
Is it Breaker? I think Breaker shows up first, if I remember right.
Yeah, that's right. Reed connects the Tsunami for a 2 count. Then Jay spears him. He goes up to do the Uso splash. When Braun Breaker comes up, shoves Jay off the top turnbuckle, and then Sammy comes in and he gets his ass whooped. I don't know why he shows up. I really don't. Against Braun Breaker. Has he ever beaten Braun Breaker in a one-on-one contest?
Not that I know of.
Not that I know. He gets his ass whooped. But then Penta comes running out there, and he lands a somersault plancha. Then Reed hits the Valley Driver, and he's going for the Tsunami. When LA Knight, that's right, it's just a complete kerfuffle.
It went.
Then LA Knight comes in, and he shoves Reed off the top turnbuckle. Jay super kicks Reed. He delivers the spear. And then he gets him with 2 Uso splashes to pick up the victory.
So again,
no matter who wins this,
we get repeat.
Yes, it is either Jay or Sammy versus Gunther, or it is Cody or Randy versus Cena. It is literally impossible for us to get a match at SummerSlam for the title that we have not gotten before.
What do I keep saying? Rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse.
I would have rather seen it. Think about this.
Bronson Reed.
Sheamus versus Gunther. Rusev versus Gunther. I
want to see that.
Big Bronson Reed versus Gunther.
Rusev versus Gunther? Ooh, give me it.
All
Hell
three of
yeah.
those matches would have been
And
great.
here's this is where I'm just mind blown. And I have it on the Discord too. Why Jey Uso? Why was he the mystery?
Exactly. Why?
Nobody, he doesn't fit into that match, but yet he still wins? Come on. I'm not saying he's little, I'm not saying he's weak, but he's not those guys. These guys are the brute power of WWE.
Yep.
I mean, we saw why he won, because 15 million fucking grandmas came in there and started whacking people with their bacon sticks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm just spitballing. I'm just so tired of it. But, oh yeah, after the match, Seth Rollins comes out there and he's about to deliver a curb stomp when fucking Cody Rhodes comes. Why? Why do you fucking care?
Yeah, you literally have to face him next week.
Yeah, why the fuck do you care about Jay? Why? I don't understand it.
Because you're a friend.
Fuck that. Fuck friendships. You said you would do whatever it takes. Guess what? Whatever it takes is having Jey Uso getting his fucking head stomped in the pavement so you can beat his ass next week and then go beat John Cena for the world title.
Wow. You see the champion Tafari is going to be.
God, I'm just so tired of this bullshit. Name me one unique match that we have not had before.
Exactly.
AJ versus JD McDonough, I guess, and that match wasn't even fucking good.
No.
I mean, the Fatal 4-Way was okay, which it should have been amazing. That should have been a spectacular Fatal 4-Way. But it was just good at best.
Yeah.
But next week we get Jade Cargill versus Roxanne Perez. It'll be Cody Rhodes versus Jey Uso for the King and Queen of the Ring tournament.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. I care about the women's match because that's matches we haven't seen before.
Either one.
I genuinely could not care less who wins the fucking men's match because no matter which way, no matter who wins it, it's a repeat.
Yep.
Anyway, so we have quite a lot of stuff to cover on Raw or on Discord, but also it's a lot of just
little notes that they kind of.
So Ron Killings, this was after last week's Raw. So didn't we? No, we didn't go over this. Anyway, Ron Killings says, "How are you gonna tell me why I cut my hair? I do what I want to do. I ain't that nice time no more. I'm not angry. I just won't be taken advantage of no more. Things gonna change around here. I'm driving now." And WWE is working with a mainstream artist to make a new theme song for Seth Rollins. Their faction is gonna get an official name. But why? The name I'm not. I mean the theme and why?
Because they're going to the Death Rebel.
Mm.
And again, I'm not affiliated with any of them. I'm not trying. I'm just telling what people say, what I've read.
Mm.
Even the wrestlers themselves hate Death Rebel. Like their intros suck. So a lot of them have decided to go back to using mainstream artists, so everybody's as unique.
So I assume Def Rebel is just almost stock entrances, kind of, and then
I don't know if they're an actual. I think they're an actual company or
but it's a company that makes them rather than an artist, an individual. Okay, that makes sense then, I guess.
So now they're wanting a lot of the wrestlers. I think.
I swear, I keep hearing a door, and I'm thinking it's danger.
But a lot of them are. I think it's Rhea is wanting to get Paramore to do hers. There's talk that Paramore and her in talks.
She's getting rid of this My Brutality?
I think they're just going to do a version of it.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
just die, please. Not just the storyline. I meant that came off way wrong. The story.
I didn't show you guys this. You probably watched it. You can watch this clip.
Oh, Tiffy throwing out the first pitch of the Mets game.
Did you watch this?
I have not.
Watch this. This is great. I don't even. I don't have words for this.
Oh no. She doesn't even. She fuck.
Just watch.
Okay.
As soon as it loads.
Where the.
It's just gone. It's just gone.
You know what?
That probably would have done the same thing.
I definitely would have. I can't throw with a shit. Punching and throwing balls are not the same sport, okay? There's a reason these guys get paid to throw balls for a living.
But, like, it was just gone. Like, I think it went into the crowd.
Probably. You know what? They're never. If they did, they're never getting that ball back.
Nope.
I mean, it's
hell. That honestly, that might be worth more than some home run balls.
exactly. But still, it was just like I said. You just gotta watch it. It's
Gunther's single championship reign has never been in single digits. He's immune to short reigns. Damn. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. That's the kind of champion I want. You know, if I'm gonna have a 20-time world champion, I want all of their reigns to be at least 100 days. Because, like we said,
none of his below 150.
Well, no, I think because it says this 273-day reign. I think that's 3 different reigns. This 662 is 3 different reigns, but still. 260 plus is 2 different reigns combined, but still.
No, that's 1.
No, it says 2. Like, it's very tiny print, but it says 2 reigns. This one is 3, but it's still, the point stands.
Well, that was his Intercontinental title, the 666.
Yeah. This is the kind of champion we need.
And I think that was NXT UK title. It was 870. They retired that title when they got rid of disbanded it. UK.
Mm-hmm.
He held it almost the entire time.
I believe it. We are in the planning stages of launching a new women's tag team consisting of Natalia and Maxine Dupri. The proposed name for the team is the Dungeon Dolls.
And that now is official. I think I got that down there. They actually did make it official within the week.
Oh, the Dungeon Dolls.
Wow.
Okay, but here's the thing. Here's my genuine question. What the fuck are you gonna do with a women's tag team with a women's tag team when there's only one women's tag team titles?
I think that's what...
God, I hope so.
I think
we
so
need
too.
one. We need one for both brands and one for NXT.
I don't know if we need one for NXT.
I think we do, because here's the thing. The only reason we don't have more women's tag teams in NXT is because there's no women's and tag team titles down there. So there's no incentive to make women's tag teams.
Welcome. Glad you're here.
Like, look at Lash Legend and her partner who got released.
Person detected at front
If
door.
they had been fighting
Closing the door.
for
Have a nice day.
the NXT Women's Tag Team titles, I feel like they might have kept her because she might have been getting more pop because there's an actual reason for tag team wrestling down there in the women's division when there's titles to fight for. Otherwise, there's literally no point in having it. You know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like you need to have that title. Even if it's only defended once a month, once every 2 months, it gives a reason to have women's tag teams in NXT that can then move up into the main roster.
Yep.
Fair enough.
There's been rumblings that WWE is considering reuniting the Usos sometimes this year, and with Jay dropping the world title, it looks like that.
Here's the thing. You're looking like you're upset. Excuse me. I think the Usos are great separately. Okay?
Mhm.
But when they're together,
They're a phenomenal pair.
they are probably one of the best tag teams we have had.
Yep.
Do we need more tag teams right now?
Right now on what? Raw or SmackDown?
Aren't they on separate brands?
The draft's coming.
Yep.
Put them on SmackDown.
Yep.
No, there's plenty of tag teams on SmackDown.
No.
Yes, that's where the Wyatts are at, Dingledorf.
Yeah, that's what you're always complaining about because there's only like 3 or 4.
There's even less on Raw. Who do we have on Raw? We have the War Raiders, we have the Creed Brothers, we have the New Day. That's it, as far as I know.
Judgment Day.
Yeah.
The Judgment Day, okay, I guess we can count them.
You see, we're equal.
Yeah.
No, we have 6 on SmackDown. DIY, Fraxium, the Street Profits. I guess El Garza is not there anymore.
Well, that's,
Motor City Machine Guns, DIY.
we'll have to get to that.
But anyway. The way I'd love to work out with Rhea, but also would be afraid to work out with Rhea.
Oh, watch this. This is funny as shit. This I forgot to show you guys too. It was funny. This is what I would need somebody to do. Zelina Vega. Is that about how you feel, Tafari?
Yeah.
I do need to get more weights.
But no, listen to me. Is that about, yeah, I can do these? No.
Yeah. Pretty much.
That's the person I need.
Yeah.
Not the person I'm going to be. The person I need. Somebody go, 200 pounds? No, you doing 400.
Yeah.
But, no!
Okay, I just had to make sure we were actually...
Yeah, we're still on.
Alright, now
But
we're
yeah, I
back.
found that funny.
After her appearance, next Shockwaves sent Shockwaves across the country. She signed her contract this week, tonight actually on NXT. Brie Bella is reportedly in talks with WWE about returning to team up with Nikki Bella at Evolution 2 in Atlanta. I'm assuming to take on who would now be Raquel and Roxanne. Or yeah, you get the point. Anyway. Yes. Absolutely.
Yes.
100,000%. Yeah.
That's the one we watched. Isn't it?
Yes, we've watched all these, but I swear we talked about that before. Anyway. I don't know what this is, but we'll watch that later. We're almost there.
Yep.
Oh, the Lucha Brothers. Yeah.
The brothers versus brothers.
Yep.
That'd be a pretty good match.
Oh. Pretty good match. You hadn't seen nothing yet.
Moving on, one step closer.
That's the Eliminator match that happens tonight. I've got those later on.
That's right. Hopefully facing Stephanie for the Women's World Championship in the main event. No. Unfortunately, not. Remember that very appropriate TV project Wardlow was on? American Gladiators. I don't know who this is, but good for him.
He's AW. Oh, did you see it?
Yeah.
How it feels?
Mr. Iguana, we did go over this, because I remember talking about this.
Yeah.
Unless you just posted it twice.
I might have.
But yeah, I disagree with this entirely. Simply because you're popular doesn't mean you get to cut the line. But that's just me. This makes me want to fucking hurl. Who? Why? What does he smoke? What? Who's? With all due respect, how hard did Goldberg have to get Triple H to sign off on this? How much money did he have to pay him, or how much did he have to in order to get this approved? Nobody wants to see this. Not a soul.
I told you there is people online that actually want this.
Yeah.
Idiots, morons, buffoons, cavemen, Neanderthals. Anyway. Yeah, we've talked about that.
Person detected at front doorbell. Welcome. Glad you're here.
Hello. Yeah, we've gone over this.
Where's my sticker now, y'all?
Thank you for closing the door. Have a nice day.
Is it done?
This is what done?
Little clapping in his hands.
Oh. Anybody, somebody recommended The Vision for the name of Seth Rollins' group. I like it. I do too. Yes, Gunther is carrying 1,000%, and it's not even close.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
100%.
WWE's Angel and Berto are the new AAA Tag Team Champions. Good for them. They deserved better than what they were getting.
Exactly.
I agree with this. Corey Graves need to be on Raw more.
There's her cat.
No, that's not a... And my knee itches.
Just watching those string on the TV or whatever, chasing the string. I thought that was cute.
Oh, that reminds, I'm gonna have to get the thingy-bobble. Anyway, Rox has a matching jacket with her dad, Seth Rollins. We just thought that was cute.
Love that. I thought that was cute.
Monday Night Morgan, no.
No.
Cody Rhodes is in the trailer for Naked Gun, out August 1st. WWE's Zoe Stark responded to a fake AI video claiming her injury had forced her to retire, which is not the case. She said even her family fell for it. She's at the UFC Performance Institute for rehab and has been working on physical therapy. AI, man. It's terrible.
Yep.
Ron Killings is the last active WWE star from the Attitude Era. The Attitude Era.
I thought that was great.
Mm-hmm.
Carmelo and Corey Graves have announced that their second child is a boy. Good for them. Congratulations. Io Sky hasn't wrestled for over a month. Today marks exactly 1 month since Tiffany Stratton last wrestled. What are we doing? What are we doing with our champions?
Exactly. That's what I'd like to know.
Yeah, we did. I return to Mexico this July on Saturday, July 26th for a Super Show Mexico.
I don't know if we're getting that one. I hope we do.
I would assume so, because it doesn't look like it's a AAA thing. Maybe it is, though. It might just be they're in Mexico, and they might have a lot of AAA stars there. It didn't, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. And this is Gus just wishing everybody a happy birthday as he's sitting on... Or happy, yeah.
Sitting on
What did I say?
Birthday. Wishing everybody happy birthday. I don't know whose birthday you talking
I
about.
don't fucking know.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is Brad accurate. John Cena's having an ass retirement tour. Io Sky hasn't wrestled in over a month. Carmelo Hayes still isn't getting the push he deserves. Ilya Dragunov still hasn't returned. Jey Uso, out of all people, being the mystery man for King of the Ring. Tiffany and Nia Jax feuding again.
But
honestly, I feel like this image here just sums up my feelings for WWE as of late.
Roster right now.
Exactly. It's
This is
pathetic.
It's just
This is how we feel every Friday or every Monday and every Friday.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
So about 10:30.
Happy birthday to Bailey.
That was
See, that's who I was wishing happy birthday to.
Yeah. We'll go with that. You can skip that. I got more down. We watched that. And here you go.
No, we're not even.
No, we're not. Go back up.
No, it's not. No, absolutely not.
Go back up.
It's his last ride. Anyway. And this is just a fun little meme. If Rikishi was in charge of WWE, we have all the bloodline, the Usos. If Vince was in charge of WWE, he likes the big guys, Brock Lesnar, he would have a 60-year-old Goldberg as Universal Champion.
Of course.
Is that Austin Theory?
Uh-huh.
And if The Rock.
I love that one. The only one not The Rock is the women's title, and he gives that to Ava.
Yeah, his daughter. Yeah, that sounds all right.
Of course.
They are now officially titled the Dungeon Dolls, which just sounds... That's a name, all right.
No, here is why. I'm going to tell you why. Natalia is a heart.
Yeah.
The Heart Dungeon is famous in Canada.
Okay.
She has been training Natalia, or not Natalia. Natalia has been training
Maxine
in the dungeon.
Yep.
Okay. I'm glad you explained that, because that name sounds so bad.
So it's a wrestling dungeon. Not
Okay, good. That's why I was a little.
Not that. Okay, I wasn't clear that up. I know how your brain processed that.
I mean, you can't tell me that doesn't sound.
Oh, I'm sure.
It sounds kinky.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Anyway.
Yes, sir.
They have no plans to use Alberto Del Rio in any capacity. There's zero chance that he'll return to WWE TV, even with the AAA acquisition.
There's a lot of controversy around him.
Oh, okay. It's okay. I'm not mad. Stephanie's moment will come. Happy for Asuka, absolutely. And this is a poster for Evolution 2. Is this even, official?
I don't know if it's official.
This looks terribly photoshopped. Anyway. And then they have an announcement that they're going to be defending their tag team championships, but it cuts off.
Just not there.
Just not there. I don't know if they actually told them where it would be, or if it just, I don't know. The video cuts off, so I have no idea. A list of active WWE wrestlers in their last world title wins, and these stars deserve one more reign. Finn Balor, 9 years ago in 2016, when he was the first ever Universal Champion, and then had to immediately, what's the word? Vacated because he was injured.
He dislocated his shoulder.
Yeah. Kevin Owens, 8 years ago in 2017. AJ Styles, 7 years ago. Alexa Bliss, 7 years ago. Bianca Belair, 2 years ago. I feel like Bianca can wait a little bit, but
Amazon Music.
Fuck me. I forget. And this is just her walking by, Austin Theory arguing with Grayson Waller. Again, yeah.
Again.
And Michael Cole confirmed Liv Morgan has suffered a dislocated shoulder. They're hoping it can be popped back into place and she can recover quickly.
I love this, and anybody who was watching wrestling like Knight Rider here during this time period.
Exactly.
This is how Ross would have called this match.
You all know Jim Ross would have been questioning John Cena's actions.
What? Why? Why, John Cena, you son of a bitch?
And it totally would have been right. Yeah, you skipped.
What?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
The look on his face.
I thought this is like a reference to somebody, but no, just the...
Yeah.
That's fair. And this is just a video of her talking about her scorpion tattoos. I didn't even realize they were scorpion tattoos of like a monster and a robot, but that's kind of cool. So much happened here. Liv being pissed that Raquel refuses to help her out. Dominic calling the shots. Finn still being a snake and Raquel clocking him. And I agree. This is by far the best storyline going on in the main roster right now.
It truly is the best storyline right now.
Because the other storylines are either non-existent or just repeats.
Now, and I put this on it simply because this is just absolutely.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what Cross can do. AJ Styles for the Intercontinental Championship. Yep. Stephanie's t-shirt is the best-selling merch that shows how much everyone loves her.
Yep. Stephanie back here deserves a push.
And this is
Rey Mysterio's daughter.
Yeah, Isla. I'm gonna say Isla and probably say it wrong, but I'm not gonna try to say it any other way. And this is they're posting a list of its most humiliating moments, with number 1 being Baron Corbin covered in dog food.
You can go ahead and click it. It's like 25 on the list.
Oh.
See which ones we remember. I remembered some of them. I didn't remember all of them.
What are you doing? Eating a salad? Did you bring your own, or did you get one from the fridge?
One. I bought the sweet kale mix. The poppy seed mixing.
Baron Corbin getting covered in dog food by Roman Reigns and the Usos. Drake Maverick peeing himself in Survivor Series.
Yep, me too.
Chelsea Green getting thrown into the trash by Meech.
I remember that.
I don't think that's number 3. But
that's funny.
Yep.
John Cena covering Dolph Ziggler and AJ Lee with the one thing they're full of. Spike Dudley stealing Christian and Chris Jericho's towels.
Yep.
Seth Rollins getting slimed.
Yep.
Jerry Lawler kissing Bret Hart's foot.
I remember.
Yep.
Razor Ramon putting a diaper on 1-2-3 Kid.
Yep.
Vaguely remember that one.
Wee Man slamming Sami Zayn at WrestleMania.
Yes.
I remember that one.
Yes.
Triple H in a hog
I
pen.
vaguely remember that.
Kurt Angle soaking Stone Cold Steve Austin and the Alliance in milk.
I remember that.
Yep.
Titus Worldwide.
World Slide.
World Slide.
Yeah.
That was when he was going into Royal Rumble. He tripped and he slid under. You've seen the video.
I remember.
It's become like a famous meme now.
Yep.
That was so good. I remember that. Oh, I love that.
Titus World Slide.
Yep. Exactly.
Victoria cutting Molly's hair.
I disagree with that. Oh, well,
13, so I mean. Lyra Valkyria raising Becky Lynch's hand after Lynch beat her for the Women's Intercontinental Championship.
I remember the 14 or 15 too.
Ultimate Warrior putting Bobby Heenan in a weasel outfit.
Yep.
Bald CM Punk being unmasked by Big Show.
Yep.
John Cena covering Michael Cole in barbecue sauce.
I remember that one.
Santina.
And actually, it was Jim Ross barbecue sauce. For the record.
Okay. Santina Morella getting eliminated from the Royal Rumble in record time. I vaguely remember this. Very vaguely, but it was like 1 second.
Yeah, it was like 2 or 3 seconds.
Yeah, he gets in and immediately gets taken out.
Yeah.
Yep. Lana's face landing in cake during her and Rusev's wedding celebration.
That one.
John Cena joining Nexus.
Yep.
Eva Mary's wardrobe malfunction against Becky Lynch.
Oh shit! So Eva Marine. Yeah.
Dolph Ziggler leaking. Dolph Ziggler leaking pics of The Miz. Undertaker being eliminated from the Royal Rumble by Maven.
Yep.
Lillian Garcia tripping during her entrance. Dominic Mysterio falling from the Sark cage.
Yep. I remember that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not gonna show this, but she got her injured.
Yeah.
Get better soon.
This is the video, I believe.
Well, okay, then I think it's down a little bit.
Yeah. Liv Morgan will return as a massive babyface, I think. While she's gone, Roxanne will steal her life like Liv did to Rhea. Liv returns and teams with Rhea against Raquel and Roxanne. I don't know about that. I could see her teaming with Io before I see her teaming with Rhea.
We'll see.
Then again, it would be hilarious to see them tag team Dominic Mysterio, and not in the kinky way, in the beating his ass.
Yeah, I see it happening. For real. I really do.
Rhea Ripley shares a man with fans.
Yeah, because there are some fans I didn't post in there.
Don't celebrate an injury. Disgusting behavior. Don't be like
she's hurt. It's like, no, I'm not glad anybody gets hurt doing this.
This is their career. You know, this is what they do for a living, to feed their family, to keep their bills on.
Exactly.
You might not like. It's the same people who like wish bad things on actors in movies because they don't like the character they play.
Exactly.
Guess what? This is acting too. Why do you think so many of them go to Hollywood?
Yep, exactly.
Because this is just live acting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're basically putting on a play. Anyway.
Exactly.
This could lead to something. Cena versus Cody rematch happens at SummerSlam. Cody wins back the title. Immediately after that, Seth Rollins comes out, cashes in successfully, and becomes the new undisputed champion.
I would rather see this than what we are going to get anyway.
I agree.
Exactly.
Honestly, I'm gonna be complete. I know it doesn't work like this. I would rather have Seth have both fucking titles than see another rematch. The same shit we're getting over and over again.
Exactly.
I know that's not how the Money in the Bank works. You can only cash in on one title, but I'd rather have Seth. Anyway.
Exactly.
I don't know. I can't read lips, so I don't know what the fuck she's saying.
She says something along the lines of "Mommy's always on top," but they can't make out like the line before it.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I told you, Mommy's always on top. Or
I do remember this. She was just kind of like dancing in the middle of the ring, because
people were legit getting pissed off. Like, there is literally hate stuff on there that Kyrie should have been more concerned about. No, Kyrie's there.
The camera was on her. She had to keep the show going, basically.
Yeah. There's nothing she can really do. She's in the ring. She has to wait for Liv to go.
Yeah.
Technically, Liv is a heel. She's a face. It doesn't go into character. It's this whole thing of there's reasons why. And it has nothing to do. She probably went backstage and 100% made sure she was fine.
But you can't, like, you're in the middle of a match. If your opponent gets hurt, you're kind of just stuck there until either A, they're clear to continue, or B, the match ends.
And they walk up the ramp, and then you walk up the ramp after that. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, exactly.
So, anyway. I'm excited for 2 of these matches.
Yeah.
One.
No, 2.
Oh, 2. Okay, yeah, 2.
Dom versus AJ and the Queen of the Ring. Yeah.
At least those are different matches. Otherwise, it is the rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we've already seen John Cena versus CM Punk.
We all, the 3 of us, hate the idea that Goldberg, and if you don't...
That's stupid. Goldberg needs to just retire and be done.
Oh, this is his retirement match. Didn't you know?
Shouldn't matter. He shouldn't even...
I agree. I agree.
He is 60 years old facing a 37-year-old.
This is him after one power slam.
Yep.
And also, I think that's a horrid exaggeration. This is him after one chop.
Yeah, exactly.
One dinosaur drop kick, and his fucking ribs are gonna go out his back.
Yeah, he'll be done. Which is stupid as hell.
I don't know who Britt Baker is.
I wanted to talk about this one because I know you're not an AEW fan. I've watched AEW once in a while, and I was watching it like when McMahon was running WWE. I changed to AEW.
Yeah, when she was hitting the fan.
And Britt Baker is phenomenal.
Yes, she is.
She is probably a top tier athlete, and AEW is just kind of sweeping her under the rug.
Yep.
And I know
she deserves better.
I know you don't agree with like Mr. Iguana and stuff, but this girl legit could go on the main roster right now and take a title, and I would believe it.
Yeah, I would too.
That's fair.
In a heartbeat.
She still needs to start in NXT though.
But I'm just telling you.
Yeah, I know. I get you. I get
She's
you.
goddamn good.
And this just first class has to have like negative brain cells, and I know that's technically impossible.
Yeah,
but
and that's tonight.
because we have Trick Williams.
Well, I think it's the next one. I actually have one. We can talk about it in a minute. Go down. I think mine's the next one. Nope, there's them arguing.
Yeah, it's 100% legitimate. She could be out
Yeah,
for up
people
to
are
16.
saying it was a fake injury and all that. No.
No,
Like, there was a video. If you look at the video, they actually stop it and circle, like, where you see her shoulder pop up.
Yep. No,
WWE really had
no way
Gunther
in
beat
hell.
Jey Uso for the World Championship just so Goldberg's retirement match can be a title match. This is some of the worst booking I've ever seen, and I agree.
Yep, I agree
All right, here
with
we go.
you.
That's mine.
Yes, this is our last for tonight on NXT, the actual good show that you should be watching. Lash Legend versus Kalani Jordan, an Evolution Eliminator match. Zarya versus Izzy Dame, an Evolution Elimination match. Thea Hale versus Jada Parker, Evolution Eliminator. And Lola Vice versus Jordan Grace, Evolution Eliminator. Then Blake Monroe signs her NXT contract. And a 6-man tag team match. Trick Williams, AJ Francis, and Rick Swann versus Elijah, Josh Briggs, and Yoshiki Inamura. So, that's the actual good show for tonight. You should be watching if you're not.
Exactly.
Casey Navarro. I think his name was.
Yeah, Casey Navarro. Who the fuck cares?
Anyway, here's the thing. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna bring it up now, but I'm gonna bring it up more on Saturday. We talk about Evolve on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And all three of us actually called it. WWE is looking at Kalani.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They're highly interested in keeping Kalani around. They're going to put her on NXT quick.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
They're going to put her on NXT
I think that needs to happen
quick.
anyway.
But I actually found a little bit about that, and like I said, I'm sure there's going to be more articles this week. But if WWE's interested in her, I see them ending her storyline on Evolve. So it might take a couple months, but I feel like they're going to put her on NXT.
Oh yeah.
Within probably the end of the year,
if not sooner.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
But all right, guys, I think that is about it.
That is about it. And you notice how we ended in an hour, even going through Discord. That's how little there was.
Actually, we had the 25-minute one before. So we technically had like an hour.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's right. Anyway, guys.
We had about normal.
Yeah. Anyway, that's about it from us. If you're watching this, if you made it this far on the stream, go ahead, give us a follow so you can get notified when we go live. If you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, share, subscribe. If you want to chat with us, you want us on Discord, if you want to support us, press that donate button in the About Me section. Besides from that,
press the button.
Press that big red button.
But aside from that, we ain't got much else. I'm Telfari, and our special guest,
Danger over here eating a salad.
CK.
Knight Rider.
See ya.
Yeah.